I want everyone in this room to think of a moment in a science class when they thought, when in my life am I ever going to use this? Raise your hands. I imagined as much. Good morning. My name is Victor, and today I want to share with you why I believe mathematics and theory in general do not need a use. Mathematics has always been a passion of mine, not because it's useful for balancing budgets or solving real-world problems, but because it has a beauty that stands on its own. This is something that I've come to learn in my years studying it. And today, I want you to be able to appreciate the elegance of math even when it doesn't seem to have a use. Let's start with a rhetorical question. Why do you learn something? I'm sure you can come up with thousands of ideas of why you would want to acquire some kind of knowledge. It could be any kind. Maybe how to play chess, or who was Charles I, or how to build one of those impossible IKEA shelves. Well, you're in luck. You're all right. But what does this have to do with the useless math that I used in high school and I never found any use in my real life? Well, think that you're walking down an art gallery, admiring a piece of art, a piece that once adorned the royal courts. You might find yourself asking, does this serve any practical purpose? Does it have any use at all? Well, if you ask the artist, Raphael, he would be rather offended, wouldn't he? Art has a way of not needing a reason to be. It's its own reason. I find that in our world that is overwhelmingly accelerated, we tend to look for the use of everything. It might be a book, an equation, a trip, or even a relationship. I see so many people talking about the uses of what they're learning, but they tend to forget the real meaning of education and its purpose. Do you know where the word school comes from? In Latin, schola, and in Greek, skole, which literally translates to free time or idleness, a feeling that has been completely lost. Any student here can tell you that. Learning should be a reason in and of itself. It shouldn't need anything else. Now, in a similar way, math can also be its own reason to be. There are so many examples of today important mathematical branches that came out of pure curiosity. Take Fibonacci, for example. He came up with his famous series by looking at a problem related to the reproduction of rabbits. Yeah, rabbits. And yet, he had no specific purpose for it in mind, and it has come to represent the elegance of math in the natural world. From spirals on shells to the distributions of galaxies, it reveals patterns throughout nature, and its beauty is undeniable. Euler is another example of a mathematician that created seemingly useless pieces of math. He had no other reason to create graph theory than to solve a riddle, the Königsberg bridges. He also stumbled upon his world-famous Euler's formula by almost pure chance. He had no specific purpose for it either, and it is used for anything between electrical circuits to quantum mechanics. Look at what he found. A counterintuitive and completely abstract formula that probably means nothing to most people here. And yet, there's a sense of wonder in how all the pieces fit like a perfectly geared Swiss watch. And you don't need to understand the mechanics of how it works to appreciate its beauty. I know what you're feeling right now. I've been there. What the heck does this even mean? But I also remember the first time I understood Euler's formula, and any other mathematical concept for that. It was like seeing a beautiful piece of art for the first time. Math wasn't just numbers on a page anymore. It was like art, something that can move us, even when it didn't have a purpose. Now, what I want you to leave with is this. Sometimes the things that seem useless are beautiful. And it's that beauty that makes them worth learning in the first place. Figuring out the details of this piece of art is up to you now, to either see it from a museum standpoint or the eyes of an artist that feels an inexplicable wonder after finishing a masterpiece. Whether it's math or art or an idea, there can be beauty in learning anything if we take the time to look. So next time you come across something that seems completely useless when you're learning, take a step back and appreciate it for what it is. Thank you.